Hello everyone, this is Gorax and today I'm gonna show you an exciting summon team against Vasska that can do easily over 320 million, and if you enhance your gear, I didn't, you'll get it even higher. So this team will use Fitz. You might have seen few strategies shown already. This is nothing really new if you've been following DragonHeir, but I'm gonna give you my take on it and why we're doing what we're doing, and mainly we're doing it to bypass the boss mechanics. So let's go over the boss mechanics and then I'll show you the equipment and the timings and how this battle looks. We'll also use Levanis without her exclusive artifact to see how much damage we can do, and we will try and explain to you how this all works in easy and not really hard to understand words. So the reason why we use summon heroes against Vasska, especially Levanis, is because we can do a lot of AoE damage. And Levanis currently is not affected by the attack penalty that the boss applies, but more about it once we get to that skill description. Now, each time a hero ultimate hits an enemy, the damage of the next ultimate skill increases 10%. That's huge damage boost, especially because we will be hitting quite a lot. When the boss is under healing reduction or healing reversal debuffs, the damage dealt decreases by 30%. We're gonna totally avoid that. We don't need healing reduction or healing reversal with Fitz. Now, if you look at the boss passive, when the boss or the summon units deal damage, the boss receives healing, and for each 1 million healing received, he inflicts 1 stack of irresistible and undispellable 3% attack penalty that stacks to 30 stacks, which means 90% attack penalty. So that's what you need to avoid. And in previous team composition, I show you how to do it with Fia, bringing healing prohibition. But this time we're gonna use a mechanic that either dispels or resists. We're gonna transfer the debuffs. As you can see, Fitz ultimate gains 10% shield and transfer all allies debuffs to the hero, and each successful transfer grants additional healing. His passive, damage taken decreases with which debuff on the hero. His second skill randomly dispels 1 debuff from hero and gains defense up, which means, we can't really dispel. But what we do here is we build him with resistance, and we will transfer all these debuffs onto Fitz. On top of that, we'll use Prismatic Cloak, because when the wearer successfully resists a negative effect, he has a 50% chance of reflecting it to the source, ignoring the enemy resistance, so you don't need accuracy. And what that means, the 30 stacks that Fitz transfers will be also applied to Vasska, and that will deal that will stop Vasska from destroying us. Obviously, our main damage dealer here will be Levanis with 4 mythics and her exclusive artifact. Keep in mind, without that artifact, will take longer to get into the dragon form, but the damage-wise, we should be okay. We will use Thorin here with the horn to apply extra damage to our team, and 2 supports will use Urzulas, which is remain applier. Remember, this will make this fight quite RNG, and he will use the 3 Ears emblem set that will grant us extra elemental damage. Cinderella will be here to give us extra attack to Levanis, as that works, and also extra ultimate energy. In my previous fights, I was basically letting most of them go on auto. However, this time around, we gonna time them. These timings come from Beatrix or Challenger on YouTube. You can try them. You can also mix and match. You can still run Cinderella on auto, but thanks to him, I was able to get this team made up, and it was quite easy. He also has an extra strategy if you want to look into it, using Voresh in this team as well. So what happens here is we're gonna go with ultimate on Thorin, followed by Urzula's ultimate, and then we're gonna nuke with Levanis. After that, we will remove all this, we'll transfer all of this debuffs, and then Cinderella will duplicate to deal extra damage and buff us as well. So let's see this fight in action, and you'll notice we also move Levanis to the bottom here, so the spawn of the enemies spawns a little bit more and more frequently. we will deal extra damage. The placement is quite cool as well. As you can see, all of these are set really nicely for our ultimate to follow. If you look at the stacks of the debuffs and how it works, you can see that the boss now has 30 of the stacks, which means he's doing his attack is reduced by 90%. We still apply witches remain and everything else. He's still getting buffs. We don't have buff prohibition, but that's why Voresh comes in handy. He will prohibit the boss from getting this extra attack through his battle skills. And the fight is pretty simple. Our damage is quite low until we get into the dragon form. That's where the damage will skyrocket. As you can see, we're at 1 million DPS. And once again, as it is with Continental Challenge, you want to try and time your fight to make sure you use Levanis ultimate before the 200 mark. Before the 200 million mark. As you can see, we've done one ultimate and going from 109 million to 209, boosting our DPS to 2 million. The damage is just huge, and all is left is basically now going over the time limit and hitting as much as possible. And remember, I'm not using any equipment enhancement. I'm not tempering my gear. I'm not putting extra elemental on it, which will be necrosis and giving us extra attack percentage, crit rate, crit damage, all the extra stats. I'm not using it, so your damage will be only higher. And that's pretty much it, guys. This team is safe. There will be no deaths. We're just gonna skip this to the end result. On average, we're doing like 6 million damage per ultimate of Levanis. As you can see, 318, 20 million, 10 seconds. If we can use that ultimate once more, we're looking at 326 million. And remember, if we could get this damage early on to like 170 and then cast her ultimate, we will go to like 270 straight away. So that's the most important thing in this. And once again, I believe at this stage you still will be using Levanis against Vasska. So what I want to show you now is we will remove Levanis artifact and put something else on her and see how this damage will change. I'm not sure what other artifact we could use, but I believe everyone, well, I believe I've been told that we get Grey Demon Skull for free. So let's use that on her and run this once again. So as you saw, the most important thing is doing close to 200 million damage and then popping that ultimate. Now, without her exclusive artifact, we're obviously looking into jumping into the dragon form a little bit later compared to with the exclusive artifact. So we'll have a slower start, but once we get to this dragon form, we'll still be looking at huge damage. So as you can see, second circle of these ultimates, we just got into the dragon form and now we're cooking. We're doing this damage. Quite significant damage, but obviously we're missing quite a lot. Let's see how this plays out. So we're 127 now. Our goal is to get as close to 200 million so we can bypass that 200 million significantly, and we didn't. So that means at this time the damage of the team will be way lower than if we were just popping around 200 million and then quickly dealing extra damage. But you can still see that we do approximately 5 million damage per the rotation of our Levanis. So while it's not 2 million DPS, it's 1.3 right now, and I believe we can still score pretty high, pretty significant damage will be coming from that. So yes, even without that exclusive artifact, as long as you have Levanis and this team, okay, you will be able to perform really well at this boss. So those of you who are free-to-play players and picked Levanis instead of Vitar in the first banner because you didn't know better about Flora and other heroes, but you still didn't get her exclusive artifact, and you managed to get all the supporting heroes that we have here. Remember, Torin you can get for free, Cinderella you can get her if you spend just a tiny bit. And in Irzilas, if you've been summoning in her banner, hopefully you got him. With this team, without the exclusive artifact, you're still looking at solid 200, I would say 90, even 300 million damage. So make sure you use that team against Vasska in your first second. week, because on the third week you'll be probably looking at putting Frost team, because Frost free-to-play team can still do over 200 million damage. But for the time being, this is the strategy using Fitz here that was talking about in previous week. I will left it especially for this week. And yeah, let me know in the comment section down below what you think about it. Is there any way to improve it? Because remember, you can enhance this equipment, you can make your Levanis stronger and deal even more damage. For those of you who have not watched this video yet or have not really subscribed to my channel, make sure you do, as I will be releasing all kinds of guides going forward, as well as, you know, my spreadsheet will be kept up to date. Thanks to all the members on my YouTube channel that supported me, and all the subscribers, and also the content creator on Bon Plus players that used my code Gorax1 with capital G. Thank you all. Hopefully the game developers will send out the giveaway codes soon so I can start doing giveaways. And remember, the giveaways will happen during live streams as well as on my Discord, so make sure you join my Discord and keep up to date with everything I'm doing. And once again, I'll see you in the next video. Thank you for watching. Stay safe. Bye.